We in the office.
Just say it how you feel.
Facts.
Say it how you feel.
Oh! We in the office. Oh! Welcome back to Say How You Feel. I'm Say.
I'm Mo.
Today we have a special episode for you guys. We're going to be talking about woke-ass movies. Now, Mo Money, if you want to break down what woke means, because you just had to give me a fucking little lecture over there.
So, like, it's a lot of different variations when it comes to woke, but the way I was thinking about this topic when we came up with it was things that are outside of the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like things that break the construct that you already got in your mind. So when I'm thinking woke, I'm not thinking, like power to the people. I'm thinking like next level type shit, like interdimensional. You feel me? Like I'm trying to ascend in my wokeness, because me being woke means my third eye is open. You understand me? So
That's right.
that's what I was thinking when he thought of it. Well, when we thought about this topic, but the way you went about it, we can throw that shit in there too, bro. Like we got some time to kill, so we can chop it up.
I mean, we're going ahead. We're going to do a little bit of everything, but
We're gonna do some dibbling and some dabbling, baby. You understand me? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all good. For all those that are still confused about what the fuck we're talking about today, though, we're going to be talking about pretty much woke movies all across the board. Everything. We're touching on all topics. What was the other word you used? Not when you're talking about self-conscious, right? Black and being conscious.
Well, yeah, just that. Yeah, that's just conscious.
Consciousness.
Self-conscious.
Yeah. Self-conscious.
Just being woke. You know what I'm saying? I guess politically conscious, socially conscious. There you go. Socially conscious.
We're touching on all of it. So without further ado, all right. So one movie that we did talk about that I think is like out of this world, Interstellar, by Matthew McConaughey. So the whole premise of this movie, right, is pretty much they're trying to find Earth's last chance to find like a habitable planet, and they send this astronaut into space. Well, while he's in space, he ends up getting sucked into a wormhole, him and his crew, and he's the only person that survived in the midst of them going through the wormhole, people dying. And he kind of reaches back and communicates in a way that is unfathomable to the human mind, right? But when they break it down, they show you in the movie, it's out of this world. He was the only person that survived, right?
Yeah, but so the way that shit worked out, what I picked up from that shit, he actually survived going through the wormhole, right? He didn't die when he went into the wormhole. But the big thing was just showing you how the fabric of time folds. Time is such a made up human construct that is way like that's only on the third plane here, 3D. You know what I'm saying? That's where time exists. So it's just like, I don't know, man. Like I ain't trying to say like I'm woke, but nigga, like, bro, I be thinking. This shit's crazy. And like between flat earth and this shit, like, anyways. So this movie Interstellar, nigga, was so deep to me, because it's just like, wow, those small little occurrences that you don't think anything of, or that you feel like something is there, could be something that's you wouldn't even be able to, you know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't even be able to think about what it is. If you haven't seen the movie Interstellar, I know I sound like I'm all over the place, but for y'all that have, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, nigga, that shit great. Nigga, that shit crazy.
Well, the easiest way to make them understand is like this. How many times have you ever felt like, damn, something's watching me? Like you just feel like something's watching you, or you feel like you have what they say a guardian angel, right? Or let's say something mysterious happens to you where it's like you were saved by something, or a thought came into your mind and you just did what came into your mind, right? The perfect way to explain Interstellar is while you're having those thoughts, it's really you from a different time period.
Or
could be you from a different time period connecting with yourself. So oftentimes people say, my guardian angel saved me, or my guardian angel did this, when in fact, it is you connecting with yourself, possibly you connecting with yourself through a different time period. Let that one sink in.
Yeah,
that's kind of the whole movie. Yeah. And during the movie, they show you these reoccurrences. Now, I don't believe that's so far-fetched, because as you know, we know someone who was like into DMT and did ayahuasca. And in their experience, we're going to have them on the show, but in their experience, they talk about going through different parts of their life, past, present, and future.
I ain't never heard that story, bro.
I would love to go into further detail, but just know that person is coming to talk about it.
Yeah, that's just gonna be lit.
It is.
Another movie about you open the door for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen The Wave on Amazon Prime?
Mm-mm.
Bro. So in this movie, young dude, it's a buddy from what the fuck was he in? Buddy was in Jeepers Creepers.
Mm-hmm.
The brother from Jeepers Creepers. He's in
Okay.
this movie. You know what I'm talking about? I
Yes.
know you got a face. You don't remember his name, but you know his face.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's in this movie and he ends up going out, he meets this bitch, they take some drugs, and then he loses like a whole just memory. Like he loses a time frame. And then now it's on a whole like I gotta get this time back. What happened during this time? And he goes on this fucking mission and the drugs, like it's a real trip. It's called The Wave for a reason because you are up and down the whole time. So y'all check that shit out. It's a great movie to think about, time and different dimensions, like what happens, when you lose consciousness, what happens in that part. When you go to sleep,
Interesting.
what are you seeing? You know what I'm saying?
So what that brings me to is the next part. Another great movie, but the next part. Now we're harping on time. We're harping on different dimensions. You remember when I seen Synchronic like what 2 months
Oh
ago?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I watched that shit too. After you said it, I was like, oh yeah, it's a dope movie.
Man, that movie talking about drugs and accessing different dimensions, different time periods. That movie was fucking amazing.
Yeah, good movie,
Amazing.
and that's on Netflix.
That's on Netflix. If you guys want to watch it, you definitely watch Saint Chronic on Netflix. Pretty much about two New Orleans paramedics, and they're going through life saving people, but in the midst of that, they find this bizarre drug that has otherworldly effects. So definitely want to watch that. That shit breaks down everything you want to know about accessing different time periods and seeing and experiencing different things.
I like how on the one spot, he started
Spoiler alert.
recording it. He started recording like and like popping in and out like that shit was dope.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was dope. Have you seen What Dreams May Come
No,
with Robin Williams and Cuba Gooding Jr.?
no.
Bro, that's more of an
What's about?
afterlife type movie. So
Mm,
what ends up happening is Robin Williams, his wife, like commits suicide,
mm-hmm.
and he like goes through fucking depression and all of this shit. And eventually it's a real like hero's tale of him going into the afterlife to go save his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And then he meets God, like he sees hell, like he goes through all these different stages. And it is like it's one of those I like mind blowing ass movies. Like I love movies that make you be like, whoa, like that
Mm-hmm.
make you think like this can't be it, bro.
Of
What we
course.
do here, this cannot be it. This cannot be it. I refuse to believe that this is it. With all the possibilities of the universe, even if you're talking about flat Earth,
Mm-hmm.
something got to be outside of flat Earth. Something got to be out of the dome. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I love movies that really make you think like what you see is not reality, man. Like this is just a phase. The Matrix, come on, bro. That's a you
I've never
know.
seen a movie so in tune with what goes on,
I
what's
thought you was
going
gonna
on.
say I never seen that movie. I was about to throw this microphone. Like, nigga, you ain't never watched The Matrix.
Of course I have. Of course.
My
Come
wife
on now.
hasn't.
Shame on you, my nigga. That is a
I didn't
reflection
try it,
of you.
bro. I didn't try it, man. She fall asleep. I'm like, man, you missing out on the best shit.
For real. The
Yeah,
knowledge in
man.
that movie,
She
the
is not fucking
breakdown,
with it. She is not
made by a
fucking with
black
it.
woman, by the way.
Originally, yep. Originally created by a
Originally.
black woman.
That's right. Don't forget
What
that.
what about Soul? You ever seen I know you watch Soul.
Mm-hmm.
Soul was a deep movie too, man.
Super deep for a kids movie.
Yeah.
Super deep. Should I even do you one better? Another crazy ass woke movie that's super deep, The Butterfly Effect.
Yes. Yeah, I seen Butterfly Effect. That's a good
Now
movie.
that is a super, super, super fucking
You talking about
that.
what Ashton Kutcher.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like no matter what he did, he would never fix what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter how hard he tried, he can never get it right. And that's also like another purpose of like being able to go back in time and do certain things differently, which I don't think time travel is impossible or unreal. I think it's just different forms of time travel. I think we talked about this last time, right?
this reality that we live in, bro, is just so like you have no idea what happens. Because maybe you die and you were reborn in a different timeline as yourself. You know what I'm saying? You just experience a different you, different
Hmm.
life. Because when you think about the universe as a whole, there are infinite possibilities,
Hmm.
infinite timelines, infinite universes, nigga. Like you don't know. You remember on Men in Black at the end where Buddy he had
The
Orion's
marble.
belt?
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then they threw, yeah, bro. Like that's
That's
like,
another one.
do you know? Like, it's why put all your eggs in one basket?
Like it's not like you going off in a whole another direction.
Because
A
like
whole other direction.
like these movies make you think though, bro. They really do, man. And that the now this is gonna sound really loopy here, so y'all
Hmm.
just bear with me. I might sound crazy, but I believe that for every movie we see there's a universe out there that's based around this movie. Like there's a timeline for everything that we see,
Okay.
cartoons, anything that's entertainment, because those ideas have to come from somewhere.
There you go. That was
You
my
know.
next thing. I was gonna say, for every movie that you see, right, that came from somewhere that is happening today.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I was gonna say. But timeline works too. Absolutely. Another thing I was even gonna say was Minority Report. I don't know if you've ever seen it with Tom Cruise. How he pretty much can tell the future. Like you see future crimes before they happen. And
That's
that's another
crazy.
one, bouncing through timelines, bouncing through shit. The Terminator, bro, one of my favorite movies of all time. Terminator. I'm a super big fan of the first one. Don't ask me why.
Terminator 2 got to be one of the coldest movies
Yes.
ever, bro. That white police officer fucking that he was like a bro, he was like a fucking like a laser beam, bro. The whole movie, search and destroy. You know how fucking terrifying that is? You see a nigga in the fucking semi truck and half the roof gone, you still driving that bitch? Like that shit.
Facts. Are there any movies that come to mind when it comes to just strictly different dimensions?
Doctor Strange.
Let's talk about Doctor Strange. Spoiler alert.
I haven't seen the new one with the Multiverse of Madness.
You haven't?
Nope.
Oh my God.
Nope.
Here we
But
go. Go ahead.
I have seen that first Doctor Strange, and that shit was super dope. You know,
If you
knocking somebody into the astral. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember I was telling you, I was trying to float, baby. I'm trying to have an out of body experience, but I also realized that you got to have a certain level of wokeness and a certain level of comprehension because when you hit the astral, that is a different reality. The things you will
yes.
see in the astral will terrify you if you are not ready to accept that there's something outside of you. You know what I'm saying? Outside of this, where you
Mm.
are now. So I don't feel like I'm ready for that shit right now. But anyways, so that's I fuck with that movie, man. I fuck with it. I'm waiting for Multiverse of Madness to hit goddamn Disney Plus on some gang shit.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, multiverse of madness is they just take it a step further. And it kind of does, it's kind of harping on without spoiling for you, it's kind of harping on your ideology of different dimensions and how, like you just said, what if you were born in a different you? So multiverse of madness pretty much explains that there is a million yous. There's a million yous that are rich. There's a million yous of when you are Michael Jackson. Right? Like that is how they break it down. So like there's a million yous when you're super rich, there's a million yous of when you're super poor, there's a million yous of when you're the crazy guy on the corner of the street holding up a sign. You know what I'm saying? So they just
Mm-hmm.
break that whole shit down. And it's interesting to see how many different dimensions and worlds they are and how you can warp in between them. It's dope. It's definitely dope. It's definitely a movie you should see, especially we're talking about like consciousness and different dimension.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out, bro.
What about magic?
What do you
Do
mean?
you? I personally think that I think when it comes to like magical movies, there's a lot of truth to that. Like Harry
Oh,
Potter.
I thought you was talking about like David Blaine type shit. I'm like, bro, that nigga's the devil, man.
What?
David
How is he?
Blaine is a fucking devil. You ever see this shit? I seen some shit the one time cuz opened his hand and it was an eyeball of that motherfucker. Like, how
It's
did you
illusions,
do
man.
that, bro? Where's the illusion? Where the eye come from?
It's
It
illusions, bro.
blinked. It blinked.
How does an eyeball blink, my nigga?
It blinked. I
How
don't
does
know, bro.
an eyeball blink?
How does an
You're not
eyeball end up in the palm of a nigga hand?
you're not making sense right now. You said it blinked. There's no way it could blink if it's an eyeball. It doesn't have
You
an eyelid.
come on, Mr. Technical. It was an eye in his hand with an
And
eyelid, and the shit blinked, nigga.
okay, you
It
know
wasn't
what?
just a regular eyeball. Like, cuz pulled
Research
his hand
department.
out.
Research department.
Check it
We're
out.
gonna get to the bottom of this shit because this don't make no damn sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, shit blew my fucking mind.
Let me see this shit. This is wild. This is some wild shit. Nigga, you mean the eyeball in his hand?
Yes, nigga.
Eyeball in his hand, my nigga. You didn't
He
say
turned his
in his
hand
hand.
around. The palm of his hand had an eye in it, and his shit
Yes.
blinked.
Yes. If you would have said that, I would have been like, okay, I thought you meant he was holding an eyeball.
What kind of dumbass fucking magic trick is that? A nigga just hold an eyeball. That shit ain't magical.
It wasn't there before.
He just popped the eyeball in his head, boop, and it's blue. And the lady turned around like, ah, with an eye patch. That should be crazy. I got your eye.
Nigga, I was like, what the fuck? Make that shit make sense. Anyway, back to what the fuck we were talking about. Dude, so magical movies, right? Those magical movies that like Harry Potter and shit like that.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of truth to like shit that happens in those kind of movies that happen now. I'm telling you right now.
You know, I kind of do too, bro. Like, you know, like different levels of alchemy, different spiritual science. You know what I'm saying? Like, magic is, I feel like it's very possible. What you can do with your mind. I be sending you videos all the time on TikTok, motherfuckers moving shit with their brains, making wind come and shit. Like, that shit's dope.
That's right. And it's funny how you say like the science and shit like that, because I'm telling you, there's a lot of shit that we don't know, right? But we consider it science and magic. Well, not science, but we consider it magic, but it's really just a different type of science. Maybe like it's a lost art of science. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'll give you a good example. Like, you know, like people that like, what do they call them? Clairvoyant people. You know,
that's just you just accessing a different piece of your brain.
Yep. Which opens up different doors.
Facts.
Super interesting. I've always speaking of like clairvoyance and stuff like that, you ever seen Insidious?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Bro, accessing like that what do they call it? I don't know, but it's like that middle realm.
That's also the astral though. That's the astral plane, bro, where little buddy got trapped at.
That's the astral plane?
Yeah, he had an out-of-body experience while he was sleeping. He would astral travel.
You're right.
And got trapped.
And then the evil spirits are trying to get to his body.
Yep. The parasites.
Damn.
Yep. Scurry shit. So that's another thing I was saying, bro. Like you think you ready to have an out-of-body experience. You think you're ready to hit that astral plane, that middle ground. And because that's the fourth dimension type shit. That's out of where we are now. And you have no idea what exists there. What lives there, that's there every day. That's there every hour. That's their time. Because remember, time is not a factor in that realm either.
That's true.
So it's wild.
You're right. You did say that shit. That would be fucking terrifying.
What?
You astral projecting and a demon possesses your body or some crazy shit like that.
Oh my goodness. Scary shit. It's gonna be a fight round here though, cause I don't care. Yeah, we gonna scrap for this. It's mine. We gonna scrap.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that easy, nigga. But okay, but okay.
If you believe you can achieve, you think. I had a dream last night, bro, where I was roasting the hell out of somebody, and then after that, when I walked outside, I took off. Like when I say took off, like I flew, like Homelander from The Boys. Like I just walked out the door and then just lifted off the ground, just off to the next gig.
You're fucking ridiculous.
I swear, bro.
Yo,
shit was lit.
That shit is bugged out. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yo, you're right. This shit would terrify you. It makes sense.
Yep.
That shit is terrifying. Yo, so another cool one that I was thinking about is like it's like an anime movie. You ever seen Spirited Away?
Yeah.
Bro, I was talking about it today. Spirited Away is such a deep ass movie, hugely deep movie for a kids movie. Insane. Yeah. Talking about, accessing a different world, different portal. We could go on for days with these movies.
We really can, bro, because we could talk about Black Mirror. That's a series, but that shit has been crazy. Thinking about future and you know, different realities. What
Mm-hmm.
else can we talk about? Have you seen what is it? Love, Hate, Robots?
Love, Death, and Robots.
Yeah, Love, Death, Robots.
Bro, first of all, like I was talking about this other day, they killed that shit. They killed it when it comes to Love, Death, and Robots, especially this new season.
Yeah,
It's just next level.
shit, wow.
It's next fucking level.
Great
And
show
it's,
though.
of course, and that shit can really happen. A lot of
Well,
the shit there can really happen.
anything is possible because we could talk about something else that was really happening. Stranger Things. Oh,
Ooh.
oh. I
Did you
still ain't
finish
watched
it?
the whole season. Still ain't watched the whole season because I'm waiting on my fucking wife,
What
man.
the
Like,
fuck?
I want to watch this shit all the time. She don't want to watch scary shit at night. I'm like, this shit ain't scary. But that shit is
Come on.
crazy, bro. That's just
Nah.
crazy. I think the last I'm on the episode where Shorty was floating and they put the
Spoiler.
headphones on her.
Yo, you talking about episode 3, the Max
I don't know.
episode? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'm at right
Everybody's
now.
talking about that shit, bro. You don't even understand what's about to happen. They're
You
about
know
to
what?
mind fuck you.
My thing is, all this shit's supposed to take place in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Where the fuck is Michael Jackson at through all of it?
I mean, not one Michael Jackson reference. I get it, but
Not one Michael Jackson's song. Do you understand the impact that Mike had on the 80s? Who the fuck is this bitch that they played? I
Kate
think
Bush. You don't know Kate Bush?
the top that song charted at 30. That was the highest I ever got.
Yeah.
And I was at like number 2 or some shit. Where are the Michael Jackson hits, bro? Beat It. Come on, cuz.
You don't know Kate Bush though?
No fucking Kate
Pew,
Bush.
pew, pew, pew. Yo, seriously?
No.
Yo, so I knew about Kate Bush a while because what's his name? Big Boy, from Outkast. He was listing, he did like a little thing on YouTube where he was listing his favorite songs and their verses. And Kate Bush was one of those artists that he mentioned that like really played a huge role in his love for music, which is fucking crazy, right? Because you would never think that coming from a black dude, a big black dude at that. But yeah, he
I
said,
was say you
yeah.
saying that, but MTV was such a huge part during that time. You know what I'm saying? When they were coming up.
Well, that was from his family. He said he got that from like his uncles and his aunts.
My OG was telling me one day on the desk, he the one that really put me on to like I knew who Phil Collins was, but he put me on who Phil Collins was. Same thing with Hall and Oates, put me on the Hall and Oates. Like I was sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? David Bowie, I was sleep. So it's just like I ain't really fuck with white musicians like that, even though I'm biracial and whatnot. But I was kind of in a pigeonhole when it come to music, and he put me on to some shit from the 80s. That's Krenak.
Yep.
Crack.
It opens your mind. It definitely opens your mind. Shit, we haven't even spoke about fucking. We're not really gonna get into it, but like talking about music touching different dimensions and music getting into that next level.
Or taking you, like, it's crazy how music can take you back to a memory, bro. You hear a certain song and be like, man, I'll never forget.
That's right. Or you hear certain songs, you automatically like, that shit reminds me of this. You start smelling seawater or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Late night drive, windows cracked down, the breeze hitting you. Have a familiar. I'm telling you, man, it happens to me often. Especially I'm always on the fucking road. It happens to me often, man. I don't know. Music touches the soul. That's what they say.
Yeah, but that's just the thing about this entertainment in general, man. Entertainment in general, like when it comes to music, movies, books, like just those outside sources can make you time travel. They can take you to a place that you completely forgot, or take you to a world that you ain't never seen before. You know?
That's true.
I remember I used to be lost in books. Like I used to read a book and it would be like a movie to me. Like as a youngster, I loved books. I ain't fuck with Harry Potter, but Circuit the Freak, I was a bad part. That was my shit. I would read that whole shit. It was like 13 books. Read the
Damn.
whole thing. Yeah, bro. Percy Jackson and Lightning Thief, bro. Loved it. I read every one of them too. I think it was like 4 or 5 of them. Like I used to love to read, man. But it's like I'll read for entertainment. It was like I have a movie in my head. Speaking of in your head, do you have an inner dialogue, right?
I do.
Okay. Some people don't.
I mean, some people don't really think that, though. They don't really go into that much of depth of thought. That's really what it is.
I think those people don't have a soul.
You stupid nigga.
I swear, bro.
How make that make sense?
Cause man, you don't hear a voice like ever. You don't ever hear somebody talk to you. You don't ever hear those thoughts before you say them out loud. You don't ever get lost in your thoughts. Like some people just real life go through their life just step to step, step to step, like a fucking sim. They don't think about shit. Like they
I
just
find
move. It's like they're programmed to just move.
mm, I find that so hard to believe though, because even as a kid, as a kid, you're super more conscious than anything else
Mm-hmm.
than any adult can be. I think we talked about this, and it's like proven because a child's pineal gland is not calcified.
Mm-hmm.
I know we talked about pineal glands and what that is and what it does, but it gives you access to that other world, those other thoughts. And once you become an adult, that's it. I think it's irreversible, right?
No, that's you can decalcify your pineal gland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like a muscle. You just got to get it
Mm.
working again. You got to
Well,
get it working.
yes.
I'm telling you, the sunlight, being out in the sunlight, what I done started doing here, and I think that's another reason why my dreams are getting more vivid. It's because I'm
Mm.
spending so much time in the sun. I'm spending so much time barefoot in the grass. And when I'm in the sun, I take, maybe 10, 15 minutes. I'm barefoot in the grass for at least a half an hour every day. At least half an hour. But I do sun gazing with my eyes closed. I'll never open my eyes look at the sun. Like that shit sucks. But um closing my eyes, put my face up towards the sun, and I try to cross my eyes in my head, but I'm looking up towards my pineal gland, like where it would be like in the middle of my forehead.
Hmm.
That's where my eyes are when my fucking eyes are closed when I'm looking up towards the sun. And I feel like I'm starting to feel a difference. I feel like I'm starting to
Okay.
feel a difference. Like it don't, what I'm saying? You can feel something there. I don't know what it is. You can feel something there. So it's
Well,
like it's one of those things like once you started getting rolling, you got a rusty old goddamn gear. And once you get it rolling, it rolls smoother every time you touch it.
I know that they say, the earth and the sun, all that's energy, and we omit energy as beings, right? So, they say doing that really connects you. That's why even today I was talking about, I was like, bro, I need to start getting myself out there. But I live in New York City, so that's I ain't going out there sticking my feet out, what I'm saying, walking barefoot and shit. They're gonna think I'm weird. But I definitely need to get around some more green and go
Bro.
out there and get some more oxygen.
We go to the soccer games, and as soon as I get there, first
Take your
thing it's
shoes off like a
nothing
weird
but
nigga.
grass, bro. I take my shoes. I'm out here barefoot in the grass. If I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna ground myself. Fuck you. People
Fuck.
judging me and shit. Suck my dick. Leave me alone. Shit.
It's fucking weirdo over here and shit. Like, look at this
Hey,
weird ass nigga.
out
Yeah,
here with
that's
no
funny.
socks on this shit. Look at this nigga with his toes out.
Nigga,
He do got some pretty feet though.
how you talking about last episode? Your boy was like, why are you walking in flip flops? In this episode, nigga said, fuck flip flops, going barefooted. Like,
I'm barefoot in the grass. Like, you know what I'm saying? We out at a soccer game. I got that thing on me. So shit. I can move in the grass. Like, we straight. I ain't expecting
yeah.
nobody to stomp my feet. You ain't gonna get that close to me, bitch. Take the fuck out of here. But shit, if we out, you know what I'm saying? A soccer game, we out here, we chilling, man. I'm cooling. If
Mm-mm.
shit kick off, I can still shoot barefoot. We cool.
Mm-mm.
Ain't worried about that shit. It's different
But
if I'm in the supermarket, the shit go down.
that's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? But we out at a soccer game, we chilling, man. Ain't nothing but kids out here. I'm still
Shit.
strapped though.
Those are the ones who are committing the crimes.
You're right. I'm still strapped out here. I empty some clips with my toes in the grass. Just the way my
Curl.
ancestors intended. Just the way my ancestors intended. God damn it.
Crazy. But it was, I don't know, man. But another thing that I was thinking about too, when you want to talk about time, I know we're going back to time, but something that really interests me was this movie I saw not so long ago. It was called Old.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to watch it. It's on HBO Max right now.
Bro, that movie, it's kind of once you start to watch it, it's kind of cliche.
It's one of them M.
And
Shamalams.
yes, M. Night Shyamalan, that he's notoriously known for like botching movies, but he also has a really good, like when he gets, I think what it is with him, I think he has a creative process that is different. And whenever he is backed by funding and other people put their hands in his creative process, I feel like the movies become botched because he has some hits and then he has some fucking, like he did the Avatar, the last
Oh,
Airbender type shit.
oh yeah, he did Avatar: The Last Airbender, but
Come on.
he did a Sixth Sense.
Yes. And he
He
did the one
did
with the woman in the woods. I forgot that shit's called.
um I know what
Damn.
you're talking about. That shit was
Fuck.
crazy too.
Yeah.
Um, he also did Unbreakable.
Unbreakable. Yes.
He
Great movie.
did. Didn't he do the other ones too? Mr. Glass and
And Split. Yep. Which are all phenomenal. He
all
did
great
do
fucking
After
movies.
Earth with Will Smith and Jaden. That was a fucking botch. But The Village was the movie I was thinking about. He did The
Yeah, The
Village.
Village. Yeah.
That shit just set him apart. And then he fucked up with, I'm telling you, The Last Airbender. Like he's right now, if you're really looking at his big list, he is what?
Signs.
Did he do Signs?
Yes, he did.
No fucking way. He did Signs?
Yep.
Oh shit. Well, if you're really looking at it, right now he is like, we'll say 9. He's like 5 for 9.
Oh shit, he did Devil. Nigga did Stuart Little. He ain't do no fucking Stuart Little.
No way.
Bro, M. Night, what? Hold up.
Research department. Let's pull this shit up because
M. Night Shyamalan did an uncredited rewrite on the script, and a very good
oh
one that
shit.
got the movie greenlit.
Oh, he did just do a little. Yo, honestly, so out of all his, he Devil wasn't that really good of an episode. It's about the the one with the elevator shit.
Elevator, yeah, I feel
That
like it
shit
was
was
decent. It was
it was
alright.
alright, but it wasn't like old Split or Glass. It wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nearly as good as those. Signs was phenomenal. I definitely give him hats off to him with The Village, and even The Happening was okay. So he's not a bad director, but I do feel like I know for the Avatar or the Last Airbender, there was a lot of people with their hands in the mix,
Mm-hmm.
and his creative process just didn't work out.
I don't feel like he should have did. I was like, who the fuck was in the room that day? I was like, M. Night Shyamalan. Like, no, why? What are you
No,
doing? That's already written. Like, why would you want his? Come on, baby.
no, no, not at
M.
all,
Night
bro.
Shyamalan. Like, no, fuck out of here. Um, but
No.
speaking of Avatar, though,
Mm-hmm.
the other Avatar movie,
Bro,
maybe
I
3 hours long, but that's a great fucking movie.
it is James Cameron, but James Cameron is notoriously known for killing it because he created Terminator, and that's why it's one
What?
of my favorite movies of all times. Favorite, and the reason why that movie always, even when I was like 18 years old, that's when I really started watching it. Um, he did Titanic in what 97. So Terminator, the first Terminator came out in 1984, right? And I didn't start watching it until like 2009, right?
Wow, bro, one of
That's
my
when I
earliest memories. One of my earliest memories was watching Terminator.
the first one.
The second one, Terminator 2.
No, well, yeah, Terminator 2, I've watched when I was like 5 years old. I used to watch
Okay,
it all the fucking time, but I never seen the first Terminator.
I
So
did.
I remember as a kid, I used to watch, like, yeah, like you said, movie wise, I used to watch Terminator 2. Since I was 5 years old, I vividly remember watching that shit, like him walking into the bar, and you know what I'm saying? And then
Mm-hmm.
the metal man chasing them, those infamous scenes. But it wasn't until I got to high school when I first watched Terminator, and I was like, yo, this is my favorite movie of all time. And it stood there for a very long time until I watched Terminator 2 again. And like I was like, you'll never get a better sequel than Terminator 2. And the only
Yeah,
movie that I can think of that comes close right now that's better than the first one, Top Gun Maverick.
I haven't seen it.
Listen, I know you're not a military buff when it comes to the movies, but bro, if you watched the first Top Gun and then you watch Top Gun Maverick, I'm talking about, and I'm doing this for a living. The fucking music, they recreate and reenact scenes from over 30 years ago, bro. Over 30, almost 35 years ago, they recreate those scenes. And if you're not a super Top Gun fan, you're not going to catch it. I was never a Top Gun fan, I'll be honest with you. But I watched the second one and then I rewatched the first one again. And I'm like, yo, the songs, the scenes, like there's so much shit going on where they're like retelling that story in 2022. And I was like, yo, fucking hats off to Tom Cruise. I wasn't a Tom Cruise fan, but yo, that was honestly, bro, it's literally on my list of favorite movies of all time. I'm keeping it real
Damn,
with you.
it's
I
like that.
swear to God. It's so emotional. And the one thing about movies that kills me is that I'm always guessing the plot, right? That's one thing I do as a up and coming screenwriter. It's like you're always trying to figure out, okay, well, how they're gonna tell this story because every fucking movie is the same story being told a different way. But there's only one cheesy part where I was just like, damn. And it kept me on my edge of my seat because of the surprises, like how they flipped certain things and how they made certain things. Remember, 1984, my man, to 2022, you got to think about how much advanced we are technology wise and how advanced we are when it comes to like storytelling and how to tell a story and how you use social media and the climate of today to tell stories. And I'm telling you, man, I was taken away 10 out of 10. I'm going to go watch it again and I'm going to buy it. Swear to God.
Damn.
That's how good it was for me. But anyway, back to James Cameron and, Terminator 2.
I was gonna say back to James Cameron. Have you
Yeah.
seen Solaris
Solaris.
with George Clooney?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
That's another one of those space movies. Like, dude is on a mission and he in space, and they fucking stumble across a star, and it gets deep. It gets really deep. Really good movie though.
Mm,
Check it out, bro. It's on HBO Max too.
nah. You want to hear something crazy?
What?
So, speaking still on James Cameron, he has Avatar 2 coming out in 2022. Then apparently he has Avatar 3 coming out in 2024,
Mm-hmm.
Avatar 4 coming out in 2026, and then Avatar 5 to be determined. Those are all sealed contracts.
Baller.
Just so much as he's alive. As long as he's alive, his work can be finished. You know what I'm saying? Or he can finish his work the way he wants. But like I said, when it comes to this dude, man, he's amazing with his movies. I don't think he really misses when it comes to his movies.
Did you know that Steven Spielberg did the first Men in Black?
Did he?
Yeah.
I did not. It's a woke ass movie. That's another motherfucker that's super woke.
Yeah, I'm looking at his movies now. Fucking Ready Player One, great movie.
Phenomenal. That's actually telling the future because that's where we're headed.
Yeah,
Jurassic
absolutely.
Park, my nigga.
Back to the
E.T.
Future,
Jaws.
The Goonies.
Why you say like that? The Goonies.
Cause what did Steven Spielberg do
The
in
color in
Shrek?
purple. Maybe he was a writer for it.
He was an uncredited executive producer.
Okay, but that doesn't really count. I don't know if he had a hand in Minority Report, but yes. Damn, he's a beast when it comes to movies though. Poltergeist, he's probably one of the greatest directors of all time. Oh my god, Memories of a Geisha. You ever seen that shit?
No. Didn't
Man,
Steven Spielberg do it? Who did it?
he did. I think he did the first one. I don't know, but anyway, let's listen. We have some phenomenal minds out here making movies, and not hopefully, one day I plan to
1990.
join them.
Yeah, I
One day I
believe in
plan to
you,
join.
bro. I believe in you, bro. That was 1990 though, not 86.
I got you
But
with Tim Curry. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, bro. I believe in you, man. I fucking believe in you, cause you got a hell of a brain, bro. And again, it's Stephen King, not Steven Spielberg.
He directed it, or he wrote it. He wrote the book, yes, but
Yeah, Stephen King wrote the book.
he didn't direct it. I know he was on set, assisting them with the movie for sure. That I know.
But yeah, bro. Again, you like a missile, dude.
Mm,
Like a guided missile, man. So I believe in you. I know you're gonna make it. You're gonna make something crack off of this shit.
hell yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way. My nigga, you always make a fucking way, dog. You really do, man.
Shit. No one can keep me down. But anyway, besides the point, research department is kicking ass today. We need to cut them a check.
Yeah. Get these guys got some donuts or something.
Niggas working pro bono right now.
Water. Sugar. Water. Yeah, Men in Black too. Yeah, that too. I'm sorry. My research is going. I'm all in it. Sugar. Sugar. Water.
That shit is funny as fuck. That shit caught me off guard. Yo. Holy shit. Bro. Oh my god, you have a gift. You're fucking stupid, bro. Oh
Thanks,
my
man.
god. Oh shit, that was funny. You got me off. You caught me off guard. I did not expect that one. Anyway, so what's your favorite woke movie of all time?
Um, I don't know. Matrix is definitely. I think that's top. What about you?
All right, so for me, my top three, Terminator, either one or two is fine. So that will take the slot. I'll take one slot. Jurassic Park is another one. And I
You
could break I can explain that
that's
to
a
you.
woke movie.
That is, I'll explain it to you. because if you look at what they did with the franchise now, definitely. Okay. And the last one that I feel like is a super woke movie, that's kind of old school too. You're not gonna guess this one. Nightmare Before Christmas. That's a super woke movie when you think about it. I give you. So let me break down those two, right?
Life's no fun without a good scare. In this town of Halloween. I used to love that fucking movie,
when
dog.
you
I loved that movie.
when you think about it, it really is fucking deep though.
Yeah, different dimensions, niggas. Nigga popped out a tree, cuz, and just had you could go to a whole different world where all they know is what they know.
Mm-hmm.
So went to
Sounds like
Christmas Town, and it was all Christmas. Like
that's right.
it's Christmas every fucking day.
But
Well, you're
that's right.
preparing for Christmas every day, preparing for it every day.
And it's the same shit here. It's the same shit that goes on now. You know what I'm saying? In this little bubble we live in. But anyway,
St.
that's that.
Patrick's Day world was probably lit. Motherfuckers was drunk as fuck. It was a bunch of goddamn leprechauns running around.
Oh my
Valentine's
God.
Day world ain't nothing but just nastiness,
Mm.
sticky, it's gooey. Oh, speaking of woke shit, how the fuck could we forget this? Rick and fucking Morty.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Morty. That's so true. That is so fucking true. Rick and Morty, hands down, is probably one of the most wokest
And
animation shows of all time.
I am gonna attribute part of my spiritual awakening to Rick and Morty. No lie.
Mm.
No lie.
You sure? Because I can think of another show that comes pretty close.
Because of the way that every episode was a different timeline, a different possibility. You got all these different Ricks, nigga. Like
When I say this, you're gonna be like, oh, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
I'm just saying, like that. Once I watched like that was something else that just made me think, like, bro, there are infinite timelines and infinite possibilities. Like I could be somewhere right now doing something completely out of what I would say is my character, and it would be my character because that's just what it is, you know.
That's true. Be a fucking serial killer, and one of them could be. You're right. Or the richest man alive.
Or a fucking country music star.
I wonder what the fuck your name would be.
But what show was you about to say?
So I was gonna say Samurai Jack.
Great movie. I mean, great show. Great show.
Samurai Jack,
You know,
bro.
I never seen the end of that. I never seen if him and Aku ever like that they ever
Squash that
scrapped.
shit. Yeah. I believe they did.
Great show though. Great show.
Yeah, Samurai Jack all across the board, man. Across the board. Was like that was the precursor to that's like our Rick and Morty back in early fucking 1990s or late 1990s, you know?
We really just sat down and chopped some shit up. Gave y'all a couple movies to go check out on your own. And if you got, some movies that you fuck with that you really like, that you feel like are woke movies, they got the Wizard of Oz on this list.
Interesting. But yes.
Y'all drop y'all in here, drop y'all's too, man. Y'all favorite movies. Speaking of the Wizard of Oz, I watched The Wiz the other day, and that was a really good movie, bro. Like that was like, there's some bangers in that. The star power that was in that fucking movie.
It's true. I think that's what overcrowded. That's what overrid the story. You know what I'm saying? But it was of course, The Wiz was the shit.
You can't win. I'm feeling so musical tonight. I can't go to sleep after this.
It's gonna be on 10.
Clockwork Orange.
Ooh, come on, man. Stanley Kubrick. That motherfucker's a legend. Allegedly they say he filmed the moon landing.
Yeah. Yep.
Allegedly. Yes. Stanley Kubrick. I'm telling you, gotta know your directors, man. And The Shining. So The Shining and Doctor Sleep, part 1, part 2, super fucking woke.
I haven't watched Doctor Sleep.
Ooh, it's pretty good. That shit talks about spiritual energy and like energy vampires. Definitely have to watch that.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko, yes, Donnie Darko is another one. But I feel like that tips the balance of mental health.
Mental health, yeah.
But what if mental health is your brain not being able to fully connect you to that other world?
One of the things that tripped me out the one day was a motherfucker told me that oxygen is what's killing us. And what they didn't tell me this other day, I read this shit. Oxygen is what's killing us, and oxygen is also the chemical that is keeping us on this plane, stopping us from ascending.
Don't you need oxygen to survive?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I heard shit. And the way the way the game is played now, you know what I'm saying, they could be putting something in the air that's keeping the motherfucker that you breathe in, that's keeping you, you know what I'm saying, grounded in these streets.
Well, yeah, we talked about that. We talked about how much oxygen you actually breathe in and how much is other chemicals. Remember, we did the math on that shit.
When did we do that?
I wasn't it with you. I was talking about this. Oh, I think it was with a client. My apologies, bro. Well, let me tell the class now that I now that I have the information. I thought I was talking with you about that.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I was talking to my client about that. Um, so apparently we breathe in about 17% oxygen, like actual oxygen. And the other percentage is really chemicals and carbon monoxide. We're not even really breathing as much oxygen as we should. So the more deeper breaths that you take, the reason why you feel better or you can access a different you can some people say you can access supernatural strength or supernatural abilities through breathing techniques is because it's true with more oxygen to your body and more blood flow you can, but the problem is especially in cities they're so overpopulated with chemicals in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I think it's like 17% research department. Okay, so the breakdown officially. All right, thank you so much. Sugar water. The breakdown is the average adult when resting inhales about 7 to 8 liters of air per minute, totals about 11,000 liters of air per day. Inhaled air is about 20% oxygen, exhaled is about 15%. It's 20% oxygen, and then it's like another, it's mixed between a whole bunch of other chemicals, but that 65% is like other shit, and then you have 15% like nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and unknown gases and chemicals. So there's so much shit in the air that gets broken down.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
And that's why when you take deeper breaths, it helps you with focusing, can consume more oxygen. And those deep breathing techniques do help a certain degree to help your mind regulate, your body regulate, and more oxygen gives you more flow of brain power. So, but it's interesting. That's an interesting theory about oxygen is killing us.
Yeah, man.
It's not
Yeah,
wrong technically.
that's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. One last woke show, Avatar, Last Airbender. How could we forget about that as we were talking about it?
No, we didn't. I think we brought it up a few times.
We didn't talk about how woke that shit was. We just talked about M. Night Shyamalan.
That's true. Yeah.
Shyamalan. And so we didn't talk about how woke it was. Dope ass fucking show though.
Well, listen. I know that's I know we missed a lot of movies, a lot of shows, but like Mo Money said, if you guys have any suggestions or any comments, please, or any type of recommendations, please drop those bad boys in the comment section on our page, on our channel, anywhere. We'll definitely see it. We'll get back to you. Shit, maybe we could do a part two where we're slightly more targeting top 10.
Focused on, yeah, a couple. Yeah.
Yep, top 10. Probably do top 10 next time. But we definitely appreciate you guys as always. And we tell you this every time we hop on a mic because we really do. Without you guys, we wouldn't keep doing this. So thank you.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Sorry that we was kind of all over the place, but it's kind of a rough one. We just wanted to sit down and talk some shit, talk to y'all about some dope ass movies that if you ain't seen, you got the time,
That's right.
sit down and take a gander. Cause it's that we named some mind blowing shit on this one. If you
Facts.
if you haven't seen it, definitely take the time, take some notes while you're doing this. But as always, we love you. We appreciate y'all coming to kick it with us again. If y'all got any ideas, any suggestions, please don't hesitate to reach out and say what you want to hear, cause we do it for y'all.
Facts. And without further close, I'm Say.
I'm Mo.
We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.